This episode of Film Riot is brought to you by Domain.com. Today on Film Riot, we fall from the sky. Hey. Hey. Josh. Josh. Oh,
hey, Ryan.
I need you to clean up duty downstairs.
What?
A cat pooped in the house.
We don't have a cat.
I didn't say our cat. I said a cat.
Why was there a cat in the house?
It knocked, I answered, and then it sort of let itself in.
A cat knocked on the door.
Yes. Now I need you to come clean the poop and get the cat out of the house.
It's still here?
Yeah. It just came right in, pooped on the floor, and then started making itself an egg sandwich. It's a little awkward. So now I need you to come down and help me get...
A cat is making itself an egg sandwich?
Yeah, though I'm not 100% sure it's a cat.
Okay, I'm a little confused.
It's either a cat or a man in a cat costume.
You can't tell the difference between a real cat and a dude in a cat costume.
Well, maybe 10 years ago, but production values have gotten pretty good. You never really know.
How big is it?
It's like... man-sized?
Okay, this is getting a bit scary. I think we should actually call the cops.
No cops.
Why?
I ain't no rat.
You just watched The Departed.
Yeah. Now, are you gonna come help me or not? It pooped.
Fine. Man or a cat?
Yeah.
It's a man. There's a man in our kitchen.
You guys want an egg sandwich?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Sorry about the poop.
Man, not a cat. It's a man, not a cat.
Logo.
Welcome to Film Riot, the show that takes the mystery out of the effects and techniques to go to some of your favorite Hollywood films. I'm your host, Ryan Conley. Now, what did that sketch have to do with the episode? Absolutely nothing. We're actually going to be talking about this.
Woohoo! This is amazing! Hey, guy! You don't have a parachute! Oh, yeah! Don't worry about that!
The only reason I did that sketch was to get the fire-breathing brushwood off my back. He lives in Austin, so ever since we moved here, he's just been hounding me non-stop. Love that guy. So firsties, we'll cover the thing that is most obvious about this effect, and that's how we shot it. I put my camera on its side, so we're shooting portrait style. Then I had the guys stand and act as though they were falling. One thing that really helped with this was having them bend their knees. I found that this looked a lot better than when they were just standing straight up. The next thing was wind. For this, I used a $30 leaf blower I got from Walmart, which was also fun for other things.
The sun, when the moon are shining bright, I wanna croon every day, every night, sing that song.
Now, I personally thought that there wasn't nearly enough wind on the guys as they acted out the scene, but it was all we had, so we made do. I just had someone off screen blowing the air at them while we shot, which ruined the audio since the leaf blower was wicked freaking loud. What? So I know I'm gonna have to do ADR once done to correct this. So, hey, let's just time travel to the point where I'm finished shooting and editing so we can do that ADR.
What are you doing?
Time traveling.
No, you're not. You're just waiting.
You call it what you want, and I'll call it what I want.
Okay.
So now that we've blasted through time at an average rate of 1 second per second, we find ourselves doing ADR of ADR proportions. To do this, I edited together the ad in green screen form, then brought that into Adobe Audition and had Josh and Bruno watch their clips and repeat their lines while watching the video to match it perfectly.
You don't have a parachute!
Now ADR can usually be pretty difficult, but this was much easier than usual since it was all yelling. I find that doing ADR with more calm and subtle speech is the most difficult out of all of it. So I lucked out with all the screamy yelly.
Not using domain.com must be like not having a parachute! Scary and doomed!
So now with my audio done and my footage edited, it's time to go into After Effects. For this, I sent one setup at a time, meaning I did all of Josh's shots first, then rendered them out, and after that, did all of Bruno's. I did it this way so that I could make a single comp that would flow smoothly from start to finish with the drop, and I could set most of the effects and let them just play out over the course of the comp without having to cut and move things around for different angles.
I don't know my next line.
So I'm gonna knock out all of Josh's shots first, and to do this, I will bring his selected clips into After Effects, then I'll find a background I can use for him. I found this one on cgtextures.com, which is a really great site for stuff like this. Now, the part you already know, we key out our actors, drop in the sky background, and animate the background to move up slowly to seem like we're falling with them. I also turn on 3D for all my layers and push the background way back in Z space. This will cause parallaxing later when I add my camera move.
This is ridiculous.
So here we have the most basic version of the effect, which looks like absolute crap. Now, how do we take it from this to this? I'll tell you after this. If you're setting up a website to start your business or blog, domain.com is the place to go for your next great idea. You've heard it here before. Domain.com makes it easy to get your domain name and website up and running. Blog, create a website, showcase your portfolio, make money, set up a new email address at your personal domain. There's so much you could do.
There is.
The guys
at domain.com
love
FilmRiot.
get
15%
off
your
domain name
and
web hosting
when you use
the coupon code
FilmRiot.
when you
Check out at domain.com.
so don't forget,
Use the coupon code FilmRiot.
and when you think domain names,
Think domain.com. Good to see you. Good to see you. Logo.
so we have our footage in and keyed, which looks freaking hilariously awful right now. So we need to do a few things to make this shot not so sucky horrible. First thing I am going to do is add a wiggle to Josh's layer by alt-clicking the stopwatch next to anchor point, then type wiggle open bracket 1, 45, and then close bracket. And now we have Josh floating around the screen, which will help take away the he's just standing there look.
It was like, and then you started talking, it's like,
It's not. Next, I will create a camera and then add a wiggle to this as well by alt-clicking the point of interest and typing in wiggle, open bracket, 3, 90, then close bracket. I did this so that both the camera and the actor were moving independently of each other, which is how it would be in real life if you were actually falling to your doom. So now let's jump ahead to where I've completed a RAM preview so that we can see what this looks like.
Time traveler!
And here we go. I found those two steps are the most important to make this effect work. Once the right movement is added in, the effect starts to take shape. But now we need to add some sense of falling. To do that, I add a slight fog from clouds whizzing by them effect thingy, which isn't realistic at all, but it helps, which is kind of like the whole blue moonlight thing.
none of this makes any sense.
So, baby dude, add a solid, then apply particular to said solid. And now we have a lot of parameters to add in. Ready, set, go. Start in emitter and set particles per second to 1,550. Set emitter type to box, then grab your position XY target and click below the clip outside of the frame. Next, set velocity to -260, velocity random to 100, velocity distribution to 5, emitter size X to 2,225, Y to 892, and Z to 316. Now we will close emitter and twirl open particle. Here you will set life to 10, life random to 13, particle type to cloudlet, cloud feather to 27, size to 78, opacity to 4, and make sure your color is white. Break time. Okay, now twirl open physics, make sure model is set to air, gravity should be set to -10,000, and time factor to 1. Now I'll drop the opacity of that layer to 30, and we have clouds passing by them.
And a dude in a real Yebazaga.
Next, I added an adjustment layer above these layers and applied color correction. This way, it would affect both the actor and the background layers. And I added widescreen bars after that. And finally, to finish off the effect, I added an optical flare to simulate the sun, which I've covered how to do this several times, so I won't repeat it here because I don't like repeating myself. I don't like doing it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Oh God, that's in my eyes.
And now if we time travel past the point that I do this exact thing to Bruno's side and then piece everything together,
Budget time traveler!
we finally had this.
This is amazing!
Hey guy!
You don't have a parachute!
Oh yeah! Don't worry about that!
Now I know we didn't show how we did the inside of the airplane, but that was basically just green screen work with color correction with a background image borrowed from videocopilot.net. I've said it plenty of times before. If you guys use After Effects and you aren't watching Andrew Kramer's tutorials, go now. He's like the godfather of After Effects. Just want to kiss his After Effects ring.
I thought you were going to say something else.
But I didn't. That would have been weird. But that's it for today. As always, you can follow me on Twitter right here at this link right here where I'm pointing. Also, don't forget to check out our new show, Variant, hosted by Eris. I actually appear on the latest episode to talk about our thoughts on the Avengers film. So go check that out. And I'll see you guys next time when Jack Nicholson thinks I'm a rat.
The Departed.
Aw, come on, man.
Howdy, new neighbor. Brought you a lamp. Hey there, cowpoke. Got you an Esteban acoustic and wave. Hey, everybody needs a 2x4, right? You guys need any help with FilmRiot?